What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. If you guys can hear the sound of my voice and everything is all good in the hood, please let me know what city and state you are coming from. Just go ahead and put that in the chat. I am working with a new microphone today, so I want to make sure that you guys can hear me, okay? What's up, Miss Jones? Thank you for showing up. Miss Jones is a mod. Ty is a mod. Anyone that you see with a blue wrench is a mod, okay? And they are here to make sure that you have a good time in the chat. We don't want anybody disrespecting anyone, okay? We want y'all to all be good. Look at everybody coming in. Hey, what's up, you guys? Thank you so much for showing up today. Let's see. I see Nashville, Tennessee. I see St. Louis, Missouri. I see Baton Rouge. Houston's in the house. Tampa, Florida. Atlanta, Georgia. I just picked up Cleveland is in the house. Hey, Cleveland. Outside of Cleveland, Ohio, she said. Oh, I got London, England. Hey, what's up, girl? Thank you for showing up. Okay. Ooh, the chat's going fast now. I see Miami, Birmingham, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Chesapeake, Virginia, Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome, everyone. I see Mississippi, Modesto, California. I see Gifford. Someone said 45 minutes away from Ocean City. What up? Thank you for joining. Hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Chapel Hill is in the house. Jackson, Toronto, Canada, Pennsylvania. Okay, y'all. You guys are here and you are ready to roll. I appreciate you guys. So let me go ahead and take this pic off. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. I'm moving a little slow, but give me a second. Okay, I'm coming back. All right. Okay, so let me take the pic off. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the chat. I already had someone move forward with becoming a member. Just as Red and became a YouTube member. So thank you so much for rocking with DYANAROZAY. I appreciate that. You guys, right now, the membership link is pinned to the top of the comments. If you'd like to join, please and thank you. And I'm going to put that join link down there as well in just a minute, okay? What did y'all think of the show, though? If you guys watched the show and you liked it, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Hey, what is up, Tasha Rains? Nola Darling is here. Tasha Rains is a mod. Linda Gamble is a mod. Nola Darling is a mod. Again, the mods are here to make sure that you guys have a good time in the chat. So we don't want anyone. All right, I see the ones. You watched the show and you liked it. Okay, thank you guys. Dang. I see someone saying that they blacked out. Not a problem. We're going to catch y'all up. This was a good episode. This was very reminiscent of season 1. You guys said that you wanted to see them do business, and they did business. And I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of people have been saying you thought they were faking it. The conversations being had at that table, I see a 2. So someone's saying, I did not like it. I watched it and I didn't like it. But the conversations that they had at that table was serious, okay? They went back and they pulled some things, some old memories. And did y'all check out Martel trying to take up for Melody? Did y'all see that? So yes, welcome. Come on in. Let's get to it, okay? I'm going to give you guys a brief synopsis. I'm going to have you guys come up and talk to me because I'm going to reserve some things for the official review. Y'all know I like to talk about the show and just put it on record, my official review, right? But I'm going to give you guys just, some clips of what happened. And then everybody who watch, come on up, talk to me. Let me know what y'all think, please. And thank you. And then, yeah, we'll put an official review out tomorrow. But here's the thing. So let me grab my phone. Again, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. I have 362 of you watching, so I hope that you all have hit that like button for me. Let's see how many have hit it. Oh, only 172. And look at that chat. It is racing. I am so sorry. Let's see if I can slow it down. Okay, I think I slowed it down. Y'all see that? Okay. The chat was racing, but it has slowed down just a little bit. Anyways, I'm sorry about that, you guys. I didn't even realize you guys was flying like that, okay? Whew, that's bad. All right. Let's see. Okay, let me come back over here. So, yeah. Anyways, the show was great. I see you guys are still giving me your city and state. That's cool. Um, what else? I have a few mods. Oh, I was talking to you guys about hitting that like button. That's why I came over here. I wanted to see how many of you had hit the like button. So we have 391 of you watching or some way involved in the chat, which is great. I hope that you guys enjoy the show today. If you could, though, could you please hit the like? 17 of you have hit it. Go on ahead and let the rest of you hit it as well. As you grow, as you come in, don't forget to hit the like button. It's free, okay? Absolutely, positively free. So let's start with the first one, you guys. The first scene, we picked up where we left off with Tiffany and Lewis at the baby shower, right? Lewis was out there talking to the fellas, and he basically everything, was squashed and forgotten about. He shook hands with everybody and said, "We don't have to have this conversation again," right? He walks back in and he sees his wife is in a room with her mother, her father. Somehow Stormy made her way in there. But Tiffany said that she wasn't feeling well. When Lewis comes in, she grabs him by his head. He had bent down to her. She grabs him by his head, like around his neck, and whispered something in his ear that I don't think was audible for us, but we ended up seeing some of the subtitles where she was like, "I feel dizzy. I'm not feeling well." Turns out later in the episode, we find out that Tiffany suffers from low blood pressure while being pregnant, which if she does, she also knows some of the side effects from that. So she really should have gone to the doctor much sooner than than the scene made it appear. It made it appear like she was in dire straits for a minute. But she's in there, she's in pain. She's kind of like, "I'm fine. I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to go to the doctor." When she stands up, she stood up really quick to me, which would make her even more dizzy. And then all of her hair was in front of her face. It just looked bad, y'all. It looked bad. Let me see what the comments are saying. Yes, thank you, Nola, darling. 425 of y'all, 437 of y'all right now. So go ahead and hit that like button. But all of her hair was in her face. She's like kind of swerving around, like swarming like this. And everybody's trying to be super duper respectful. Like, "Are you sure you don't want to go to the doctor?" Anyway, Stormy goes out to the party and she grabs Kimmy's hand. She's like, "We need to go. Like something's wrong with Tiffany." And she takes her back. And, Miss Kimmy kicks right into nurse gear. She's like, "Hey, baby Bob, what's going on?" She tries to bring up the energy, like, "Okay, tell me what's up. Tell me what's up." And she could tell that she's not doing good. She's like, "Listen, I don't have my blood pressure cuff or anything because that's the first thing that I would do for you. I usually keep it in my car. I drove in Maurice's car today. But Tiffany, you need someone to take your blood pressure. You know that's dangerous, right? Whether it's too high, too low, we need to take your blood pressure." And Tiffany's just like, "I'm okay." She's like, "Well, at the very minimum, lay down." Then finally she was like, "Do we need her permission to call an ambulance? Like, what are we doing here? Something is wrong. We can't keep this up." And then finally, I don't know if Stormy was trying to call an ambulance, like she was trying to get reception for her phone, or if she was, I hate to say it, but I was like, is she videoing this? Like, why isn't anyone calling the ambulance or calling for medical services? Anyway, I think someone attempted to, and maybe they couldn't get reception. I'm not sure. But Lou ended up saying, "Listen, He picked his wife up. He was like, "We got to go. It's a done deal." She ended up going to emergency, and that's what she ended up finding out. Okay, so that was the first scene. Martel stood up for Melody because he wanted people to patronize his suits and wine. He knows the millimeters don't play. Okay, girl. Yes. So I also have some stuff because Melody had dropped some information a little earlier, but I'm gonna get to the next part before we talk about it, okay? So I ended up taking pictures of everything. So the next scene, y'all, was Tisha, Marceau, and Maurice. They are look like breaking ground on some site that they're doing. But anyway, Tisha showed up in this hot pink dress. Y'all know how the dresses have the little cutouts now. So you can have like a cutout somewhere around the breast or under the breast or in the shoulder. It's real sexy. It's a cute dress. And I hope it stays around for a while because I bought one. I bought a gold one that I haven't been able to wear, but I'm like, listen, I love the style of these dresses. Anyway, she had on a hot pink one and it looked amazing. But when she showed up at the site, okay, she knew better. If she really does, is a boss here, she could have put on a she shouldn't have looked like she was about to go to the club. Let's put it like that. But she had on her high heels. She had on a dress that was right at the thigh, okay, cut off right at the thigh. And when she showed up, it was Maurice and Marceau. And Marceau looked at her like he ain't never seen her before. That was the look that was how I took it. I was like, but damn, maybe y'all don't live together. The way he looked at her, he was like, wow, you're Tisha, you're a sight for sore eyes. Now, usually when you know that your wife or whomever shouldn't be at the site and you see them all the time, you would lay in on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you wearing that shit to my site? You know what I'm saying? But he looked at her like he ain't seen her in a minute. So that's what I got from that. Okay. But y'all can let me know what y'all think. Okay. But Tisha came up and she wanted him to look and see what he's missing. And she made sure she took her pictures. Now, everybody else, I wish I could blow this picture up, but everybody else was dressed. I don't know if y'all can see this. There's another woman there. She's dressed in a black dress. Y'all can see that, right? She has on a black dress. Everybody else has on a suit. And then there's a lady in the middle with the actual logo shirt and some jeans, okay? So just so you can see how Tisha was dressed for this particular situation. But she came in looking fly. And they, talk a little bit of business. Yada, yada, yada. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about it. I'm going to go to the next scene. Okay. Let's see. Next scene is Miss Melody talking to her lawyers. Okay. Talking to her lawyer, letting him know, I want to change my name. This looks like the lawyer that was also assisting her with the divorce case. And she talked just a little bit about some of those things too. She was like, number one, I want to change my name back legally to Rogers. Okay. He was like, that's Rogers with a D. She said, yeah. He went, well, listen, there isn't a court in the world that's going to stop you, except you're not allowed to change your name while you're in a custody battle or a court case, period. He said anywhere in the U.S. world, anywhere in the U.S. world, you cannot change your name. That's what he tells her, right? And she says, well, damn it. Martel was controlling me during the marriage. And now I got to wait for this court case to be done before I can move on with my life because she's ready. And she is so ready, okay, that she made this a part of the show, this particular conversation. But she also dropped in her on her IG page today, a little right before the show, actually, she dropped this saying that she is about to have a Take Me Back party. And you see that MRS, and it's going to be next week, June 17th. And she actually made a little comment. She said, attend an intimate name change ceremony. She said that some people may have received invitations, some people may not. And she asked that they not be mad at her because she wanted to keep it really intimate. But she said that the ceremony is going to include cocktail dinner and dancing to follow. Dress attire is a cocktail dress, okay? She said an all-new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight. Don't miss it. I'll have to catch up later. So she said that she wasn't going to be able to tweet, but it looks like she might do it later. We'll see. But she said, but y'all know I'm always about telling my story through that telling my story, and I think she maybe meant to say so that it encourages someone else as the lessons are pulled from the story. So yes, this is something that she had said months back. She said she wanted to change her name, but she couldn't. So she's basically letting people know that was a very real moment for her. So she's playing it out on the show. She said, always follow your intuition. I remember during the divorce deciding to keep my name as is because we have 4 babies with the same last name. So I didn't want them wondering why my name was different from theirs. That's very real, ladies, right? You get a divorce, you don't want to always change your name because you don't want to feel separate from your kids, or you don't want your kids to feel separate from you. So she said she didn't want them to wonder why her last name was different from theirs. Or why we didn't match, so to speak. But one day I was in my kitchen and it felt clear as day in my spirit. Change your last name. And I remember calling my manager, D. Michelle, immediately and asking or saying I felt and saying what I felt in my decision, because she knows I'm intuitive and she doesn't question it. She simply said, divine timing. She simply said, I don't know if I cut that off, but she goes on to say, divine timing. I wasn't happy when my attorney shared the information in tonight's episode, and I felt like something, and it felt like something I had gotten excited about so quickly came to a halt. I remember leaving this scene upset and even crying as I drove home and I was done working, because I felt like, dang, another hurdle, another prevention. But when I say now I understood the lesson on patience and divine timing, my God, it's even more perfect now, because I literally have evolved so much this last year. So much has ended in order to birth new things. So God, I thank you. Perfect timing for my name change. Then she said, number 3, delayed truly doesn't mean denied. And because of the delay, I got a chance to celebrate my new beginnings at the perfect time. Okay. And then at the end, guys, that's where she says, if you weren't invited to this private, intimate ceremony, or if you were invited, you've already gotten an invitation. But if you weren't, please don't be offended. Okay. So I know y'all got plenty to say about that. Okay. Let me make sure that this chat isn't zooming. It is kind of. Okay. So anyway, she said, if you didn't get an invitation, I hope you're not upset. 668 of you are watching, but only half of y'all have hit the like button. So if you could please hit the like button for me right now, become a subscriber too. I know that you like what's going on over here, so become a subscriber. And then everybody else who is in the chat, who is, keeping everyone entertained, I appreciate it. Thank you to all my mods yet again. Okay. But anyways, after she had her, a little bit of a meltdown, like, why did this happen? The lawyers, trying to keep her cool. He's like, I know you're mad, but it'll come. And then Melody said that she was really thrown off by some of the things that the judge, I guess, compelled them to hand over, which was names of people she may have been intimate with since the divorce. That was one. The second thing that I think she mentioned was having to give all of her login information and passwords for all of her social media. Wow. And then the lawyer said, never in the history of him practicing has he ever had that be a request that they had to turn over. So what do y'all think that was about? I feel like Martel was making the question, because I think somewhere in the court documents, that was Martel's request, correct? That's when someone's asking, was that Martel's correct? From what I'm understanding, that is what the lawyer did send over. And from what Melody said on the show, that they did have to hand over. And she said she was shocked. I know Martel made a comment. Maybe I didn't see the comment. Maybe it was a part of the court documents that he believed that Melody was defaming him on social media, and that it created a negative situation for him to get jobs or something. So maybe that's what they were asking for it for. I don't know. She didn't specifically say, and neither did the lawyer, but he just said that never in his history of being a lawyer has he ever, I guess, heard the request or had a judge say, yeah, turn it over. So, wow. But basically that's how the scene ends. So I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about that. Okay. Then we had Martel in the suit line, right? I forgot the gentleman's name, but he is, I guess, helping Martel get these suits off, and he was a part of the show. So was it 1 or 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, maybe, that Martel had his suit launch, and he was in, I believe, Baltimore or DC, and he was, modeling, and he had some people showing him or modeling his suit collection. Okay, thank you. Someone said Miguel Wilson, but he was on the show. Let's see. Soulbird said that she did not have to turn it over. Okay, I'm going to watch that scene again, Soulbird. Thank you for us sharing. I thought that the lawyer said never has they been asked, or excuse me, never has a judge compelled them to move forward with something like that. That's how I thought I heard it, but you may be right. Her lawyer said he didn't hand this stuff over. He did not hand it over. Okay. Sorry about that. That everyone's saying that it didn't happen. I like to watch the show twice. That's why I always come back with my review on the second go round, because it's just, you don't always hear everything the first time correctly. But thank you. I appreciate that. Then we have Miguel and Martel talking about the suit collection. That was pretty much it. He never seen such a request. Okay. Kevin Moore said the lawyer said he's never seen such a request before, ever. But I do believe that was the reason, because Martel said that a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. Martel has to pay, say what now? Sonia Martin said that Martel has to pay $100,000 for his collection. $100,000 to get it started. Wow. Okay, we're gonna definitely talk about that too. Okay. So then in the next scene up, you guys, and I have to say, I had a few people try to attack me online the other day because I said that Big Louis said, "Don't put me in any shit." Right? They beeped it. And he said, "Don't do it." And when his wife said at the end, well, first let me start with this. Okay, I already told you guys that they talked a little bit about her going to the hospital. She was admitted in emergency, and then after she was admitted into emergency, they told her that she needed plenty of rest, plenty of water, things that they may have told Tiffany before, because Tiffany knew that she was going to have a hard time with the pregnancy based on some of the history she was talking about with her medical history. So I think she kind of knew it, but she kind of runs herself down a little bit because she is so involved in her work. And Louis wants her to stay okay. He's like, "Listen, I never, like, that shit broke me when I saw you in pain, and I don't want to do that again. I don't want to ever see you like that again. That scared me." And then he even started crying. His voice broke and everything. And it felt very real to me. I know a lot of people said that you didn't know if Tiffany was faking it, but that scene with Louis felt very real to me. And I actually thought that what Tiffany was going through looked real too. It looked real to me. But he ended up saying, "Listen, I don't want to ever see you do this again. That's craziness to me." Then he also said that he is tired of Marceau's pansy ass jumping into stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with him. He gave me the impression that him and Martel could have had that conversation without it even escalating if it wasn't for Marceau. That's how I took it. Like, I'm sick of him. He's been on my last nerve for a minute now, constantly jumping in our business, even though he's running around telling us not to get in his. Back the F off. So that's what I got from Louis. But at the end of this conversation with Lou, he ended up saying to Tiffany, "You need to stay out of people's business. They don't know you like that for real. You are definitely, like, from the beginning of us even knowing these people, you put people off. They don't know how to take you. They don't know you like that. I need you to back up." And Tiffany said, even though it was two men, like, getting him after me, he was like, "I don't give a damn if it was two men. What I need you to know is that my job, like I said in my last review when I discussed this, my job," Louis said, "is to make sure you're okay. And anytime they go after you, then I'm going to have to step up and take care of business. However, this could all be avoided if you don't put me in any ish." And when I said that in my review a day or two ago, I had about just a couple of y'all, not everybody, but a couple of people was like, "No, that's not what he meant. That's not what he said." Well, Tiffany asked him at the end of it, "Excuse me, you mean?" And he said, "I definitely mean that, Tiffany. Don't put me in any ish, period. You started this. Don't put me in any ish." Now, if y'all know somebody who is good for putting a man in some ish, please let me know when y'all come up, because I was talking about having this very conversation with my sister, like when we were younger, and hearing like our uncles or, you know, boyfriends or whatever of our aunts saying, don't put me in any ish. You know, sometimes there's a certain personality that will do something. It is what it is. Y'all know how it works. Let's see. What is the next scene, you guys? Whew. Last scene, I believe, is that business meeting, child. Where to start? The business meeting. So Kimmy and Melody they're the first ones there. They're having a chit chat, right? And of course, Marcel and Tisha are late. Apparently, that's their MO, to always be late. Somebody said, my mama, your mama will always get somebody in some ish. Girl, you are hilarious. Anyways, they're late. And Kimmy said, look, this is a rehash of the comeback group. So I'm tired of them trying to put a bow on this mess. I'm really interested in hearing what this is. I would like for them to just put all the cards on the table, because at this point, they are trying to repackage something and make it seem like their idea. And I'm not cool with it. And I'm guessing that all of them as a comeback group, the collective, they probably put a lot of work, a lot of long hours and hard work into getting that comeback group to exactly where it was, right? So people have a hard time letting go of things when you've nursed it, when you've put it all together from the beginning. Now, Melody said, I'm willing to walk away. I'm willing to walk away. I'm not sure who wants to be in it, but I'm willing to walk away. Kimmy said, listen, I've never wanted to walk away. And to be fair, Melody, that was only you who said that, because I still pay the taxes on it every year. I'm still making sure that we still have the comeback group name. I still believe in the initiative. I believe in what we built when we started this whole thing out. And I understand where you are, and I know how you got there, and I don't even blame you for it. But I don't think that it's okay for Tisha and Marceau to try to pull the damn rug from under us and call it Black Expo, whatever initiative with the Q. It doesn't make sense for me, and I want them to define exactly what this is. So finally, everybody else starts coming in, right? And Martel, again, who knows that he is in a sour damn place, but he wants to come in and act like he's being the bigger person. Comes in, says hi to Kimmy and whomever, and then goes over and extends his hand to say hello to Melody. And she said, hey, Martel, I'm not shaking your damn raggedy ass hand. You can go on someplace with that, right? Okay. So she said, you can go bye-bye. I will never shake your damn hand. Ooh, child. I gotta keep this on this side, because this chat, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, she said, I'm not shaking your hand, so you can go on about your business. And he was so defeated and hurt, because it is much more important for Martel to give the appearance that they are getting along than for him to just do the work to make sure that they're getting along. There are no words. There are no words. Okay. But yeah, he of course, she put egg on his face, because I'm like, I'm not shaking her hand. And you could see Marceau's face. He was so uncomfortable. Marceau was so uncomfortable. I'm sure they all were uncomfortable. I'm sure that you could feel the tension in the room when she did that, baby. But good for her. I'm not putting on for this camera, that one, or for you. Kick rocks. Okay, get the stepping. Get the stepping. And that's exactly what he did. Take your ass around the other side of that table, because, sir, the last time y'all had a meeting in this room, you was playing musical chair. I don't want her to sit beside me. Okay, well, same. But either way, they ends up getting into the meat and potatoes of things, and Kimmy just calls it out. Listen, Marceau and Tisha, you are playing in our face. Everything y'all have talked about is exactly what we have written in the bylaws and whatever laws for the comeback group. This is exactly what we had meetings on, weeks after weeks or months after months at a time, for a period of whatever long. You took everything that came out of our mouth and you packaged it together to make it seem like it's your initiative, and it's bullshit. That's number one. Number two, how did she put it? She was like, there's something that they had said. Well, you guys didn't send us any email. She was like, So you guys are the one who started this meeting, and you didn't send us any information asking us a damn thing. And Marceau got pretty heated. Like, well, we didn't come here to argue. Here's the bottom line. We're not paying anybody any money for anything. And anybody who wants money, it's pure greed. Can you believe that? He said your request for money is greed because we never accepted, the comeback group shouldn't accept money. So then Kimmy points out again. So again, you are giving us the initial rules or the original rules of the comeback group. There's nothing about this that's different. And instead of Marceau couldn't even speak at that point. They realized that y'all some thieves. Y'all done took this information, y'all done sat around this table with the same group of people and fed them their own business plan. What the hell is this about? Also, not only are you feeding them the business plan, but you're stealing it. You're putting it under your business name, Black with a Q. And what else did I wanted to say? Oh, when Marceau did his recap with Carlos King, he actually said, don't leave any type of business idea around me or Tisha that you don't finish because we will steal it. We will steal it. He admitted to it, okay? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Marceau and Tisha can write off the events on their taxes. Well, you heard Kimmy. She was like, well, at the end of the day, this is business and businesses are done to make money. So you guys, in other words, you guys aren't being truthful about who's getting paid and who's not getting paid. That's what she basically was saying. And then when Melody was like, well, we see Tisha and try to shut me down real quick. Then Martel jumps in and tries to take up for Melody. Well, this is what Melody does. She's a public speaker and she gets paid for public speaking. So you're asking her to give her services for free. And that's not fair. This is what he's saying in his confessional. After being having his face cracked down the middle when Melody told him to take that hand and shove it. Okay. But anyways, y'all can let me know what y'all think about all of it in the comments, please. 907 of you are watching right now. We have 483 likes. So please hit the like button. Please, please, please get me up to, why don't you get me up to like 850? Let's see if we can get up to 850. Okay, and I'm about to drop the link to join, as well as see if you guys want to talk to me about anything. Hopefully this link works this time. I tried to make sure that it worked. But thank you guys for everything. If I left anything out, I apologize. Y'all can remind me when you get up here. Oh, I know what I left out. Daggone it. Belle Collective. I forgot. This is a conversation about Belle Collective and, excuse me, Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. So the scenes that stuck out for me for Belle Collective, y'all, was Glenn and Cliff having their little conversation where Cliff told Glenn that if he's not getting any from his wife, he need to put on a dress and see if that worked. Now, I told you guys the other week that I thought that Glenn was implying that his wife was on the down low or something. And I didn't like the way Cliff said that. And I don't even feel, I didn't like that Glenn didn't correct him either. I thought that was trash. But Glenn said that right now he's in a place where if she's not giving it to him, he's going to get it elsewhere. And I thought that was some janky ass shit to say on television with cameras in front of him, especially knowing that he's already a cheater, like he's a known cheater. What else? The conversation between Latrice and Cliff. Latrice and Cliff went to talk about Cliff being disrespectful, basically. And Latrice, I guess, was hoping that Cliff would see things her way, saying that she is an equal partner in their relationship. He told her, you're not an equal partner. You lucky I let you speak at all. But there's certain things that I expect from you to cook, clean, have babies, and you don't do any of it. Therefore, you need to straighten up or this relationship could be over. Now that was wild. Latrice got so heated because she realized, again, he was embarrassing her in front of a camera that she got up, excuse me. She got up from her seat at the restaurant and went home. And then when her mom shows up, her mom basically says to her, I don't like Cliff, or I love him. She tried to be cute about it. I love him, but he ain't the man for you. And anybody with eyeballs can see it. Furthermore, I worry for you. Where you are in life right now, you don't have to be with this man. And I worry for you when I don't see you, when I don't hear from you. Even Latrice says she doesn't see her mom as often as she would like. She said, when I don't see you, I worry about you at night. I can barely go to sleep. And anytime your mama tells you that, okay, because I've had my mama say it to me, you are making me worry for you. I am up at night, can't sleep because I'm worried about your choices and who you're with. That's a problem, because Latrice is grown as hell and she has too much money for her mama to be trying to figure out what's going on in her household with a man that's 20 years older than her. And Latrice said that her mother and her husband are closer in age. So who's the oldest? Because she said there was a 10-year age difference between her mama and her husband. So who's the oldest? Is her husband older than her mama, or vice versa? Yes, her mother did go through that with her father. You're absolutely correct. That's what she said. And she said that when her and her dad used to get into it, she said she used to fight him back. So she is making no bones about it, that they used to box. But y'all, Latrice need to go. But she actually said in this very episode, that she doesn't believe that she can continue this relationship. So she's been saying, I love my husband, I love my husband, I love my husband. She said today, or in a Friday night's episode, I'm not sure I can continue in it. I'm not sure I can continue in it. And that was the first time I had heard that. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Pretty Brown Eyes said Cliff looks old and haggard. Yeah, he looked very old, right? This episode, Friday night's episode, was the first time I had seen him in that light. Like, I didn't realize how much older he actually looked. But anyways, that was a situation or a scene. And then I think the other scene that kind of stood out for me was the end when Letitia and her husband, he had came to her and said that something was going down with his grandmother, and he wanted her to, I guess, go with him to deal with it. And she felt obligated to do so. She said, his grandmother, or he said, my grandmother is like her grandmother. They've been together for quite a number of years, but it was weird that he was using that emotional moment to draw her back into this relationship, when just a few days ago he was talking about doing the same exact mess that put him in the doghouse in the first damn place. So anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay? And now I'm going to put up the link so you guys can talk, okay? Here we go. Here is the pinned message. The first is the join link, and then the bottom is the membership link. So if you'd like to come up and chit chat, let's do that. Keep it light today, because we've had some heavy conversations these last couple of days around Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to talk about the show, what y'all thought about it, what y'all thought about all the scenes, Tiffany and Lewis, Martel, and his new suit line, this $100,000 suit line. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. And then we're going to talk about, who else did I say that we wanted to talk about, y'all? Let's talk about Tisha showing up at the job site and look like they're breaking ground for this new business. Let's talk about who has their TV on. Okay. And then we're going to talk about the last scene, which is the business meeting scene. Okay. So Pretty Brown Eyes, you're up. What's up, girl?
I had to turn my TV down. I think that was me.
Okay.
Oh, what's up? I just watched that show with a clenched fist. Everybody made me mad. Like everybody.
Oh, you watched it with a clenched fist. Okay.
Clenched fist, like just
Okay. What
I
up?
don't know. The scene with Tiffany, I think she was embarrassed from
You?
what she caused. I think she was embarrassed.
Okay.
And I mean,
She wasn't
maybe
in the room though. Like, what? She wasn't a part of the outside noise, right?
No, she wasn't a part of the outside noise, but the outside noise and her husband and everything, it was because of what she did. So I think she was embarrassed and overwhelmed by their reaction to what she did
Mm-hmm.
at her baby shower, because they have no couth,
Mm-hmm.
and it just sent her into a tailspin. They
Okay.
was all wrong.
So you think she was sitting there and her blood pressure was dropping and she
Yes.
okay.
Yes. She got worked up.
Okay.
But I think it was more embarrassment than anything else. But I guess I'll just go straight to the
Oh, hold on. Anthony Lofty said, just wait. Next half of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you will be ready to fight. Oh,
I'm
so
already ready.
the second half of the season, we got something to look forward to. Okay, Anthony. Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness. I'm not looking forward to that. Like I said, the only reason I'm watching is because she asked us to. But, I'm going to skip over Martel's part on
Okay.
purpose.
Okay.
There was nothing to see there. He had on tank suit, but anyway.
Okay.
Okay, and then going to the re-comeback or baby comeback group meeting.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I just couldn't stand how arrogant they are, because they know for absolute fact if Melody put her name on that, it's gonna sell out. They want the comeback group to hold them emotionally hostage, but then they don't want to pay anybody to be a part of it. So that's the black aspect of it. And then they're trying to say, oh, well, Melody, basically, you're saying Melody's greedy for wanting money. Just say you can't afford her. But
Right.
don't be mad if she wants to get paid, which she's been getting paid long before the show.
And what did they say? This was an important thing. Melody said it's interesting that you guys didn't even know to get sponsors, but when
Until
I
I
brought
said
it
it.
to your
Right, right.
attention, right?
They don't have an original thought in their mind. She,
Now
she,
you're
she,
using sponsors and you still can't pay us even after I gave you the idea.
correct. And it's like, okay, y'all just don't want to give this lady credit for anything. So if it were me, and I know she has to film with them, I would have just got up and left, because now y'all playing in my face. He's like, oh, you being greedy and you this and you that, and Tisha sitting up there like, well, we're not gonna be a part of it, and I supported you, girl. You came to something after your husband had a restraining order on her husband. You showed up. You didn't financially contribute anything. Y'all, they don't give. That's what I noticed. But they always have their hand out and hold people's feet to the fire to support them.
Hmm.
Remember when she, for that destiny race that they had, how she was going around literally strong arming people like a bill collector
Hmm.
for the sponsorship,
Hmm.
that they put that money in their pocket. How
Hmm.
it okay, oh, we're gonna race towards your destiny, your future goals. We're gonna walk around the neighborhood, but give us between $2,000 to $5,000.
That
That it seems like that's their racket, and that's why Stormy fell out with um Destiny fell out with Stormy initially, allegedly, because of a sponsorship. She sent the sponsorship package, and then somebody with sense looked at him, was like, hey, this don't make no sense.
it
We're
makes
not giving money to, just gonna give you some
the
money.
deliverables does not match the asking.
Right.
Yes, I
So
remember that.
what's
I'll
the
never
point?
forget it either. And she
Right.
was hot. She was like, and it felt like a scam. That's what it felt like she was saying. It's a scam. So if they're used to doing that, Destiny felt a way about it, but ugh, that was ugly. I agree, girl.
Yeah, so and it just seems like that's what they do. And like, thinking back in my Rolodex, it's like I remember like the first season they were doing a lot of sponsorships, and but I don't remember Melody asking for direct sponsorship. She was actually putting on her melodies with mimosas with Melody, doing different events, like real events with real sponsors.
The
And they
events
were
all
just
laughed
really
the events
right.
all laughed about and said, what is this?
Right.
What is
No one knows. And they called it bougie. They called it this, that, and the third. But after the mimosas with Melody, here comes the destiny race. here comes the other thing where they were doing, with the when Destiny had an event, and I think somebody else had an event. But either way, it's just all a money grab for all of them. And they just played in her face, and I wish she would have just really shook the table. Just if it was some papers on the table, throw them on the floor and walk out. Now that would have been a good way to end the scene.
And she did
So
what she was supposed to do. Listen, that is a business meeting. That is what happens. And that's actually it was very reminiscent of how they used to do meetings as well. It was the same thing when Melody was like, "You're not paying attention. You guys never sponsored me." Melody, I tried to support you and you kicked me out. Okay, girl. That's the wound that you still holding on to. Goodbye.
yes, you showed up uninvited, empty-handed, like everybody else does. Y'all
I
sitting
literally
there.
sat at a table with you where you said I had my child. Makes no sense.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just I'm gonna do it for my girl. I'm activated. I'm watching. I'm still upset. And there's other stuff going on, but I'll just keep it on the show. Because we're not gonna say Candyman's name 3 times because he will appear.
So I said, ugly, ugly child, because it
Okay.
was ugly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All
Thank you
right.
for that, guys.
So I'll go ahead and drop down to let someone else talk. But thank you for allowing me up.
Thank you. Bye bye. Oops. Sorry about that. Let me make sure I have this right. I'm sorry about that. Next is Ty. How's it going, honey? What's happening? Why aren't you talking? Let me see.
Oh,
Hey, can you hear me?
okay. Can you
Hello?
hear me?
I can hear you now. How are
All
you?
right. How you doing?
Good. How's it going
I'm
for you? You sound
I'm
in better
good. Okay.
spirits today.
I'm sorry.
It says you sound in good spirits today.
Okay, because I love this episode. Ooh-wee. Okay, so look, I want to say a few things right quick.
Okay.
The first thing is I want to make a request to you. I want, if you can we talk about the other 2 topics sometime this week? Because I know for a fact we're not going to be able to talk about them tonight. That's the Miss Owens and the Trump.
Yes, we can talk about it later. I saw your message and I agree. I hearted it. No problem.
Okay,
Okay.
now I agree with Pretty Brown Eyes about Tiffany was a little embarrassed, right? She
Okay.
had caused a little fire. She know Lou was going to address it, and you know, after that, it was I'm dizzy. Here's my thing about that. I'm not saying she wasn't hurting because I wasn't there and I'm not her. However, because it almost sounded like her pressure was high. She said she was seeing dots or stars.
He
If
said,
you're that hurting or in that state, why would your answer to going to the hospital be no? Then I feel to believe, this is my opinion, Stormy was real extra in this episode. She was
okay.
asked to go get water. She left out the room and went got Kimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy's a nurse. Okay, yeah, I get it. But when has, okay, I'm not going to go into that tangent. Anyway, she didn't come back with the water. And if you call in 911 and you don't have good reception, why didn't you step out if you was that serious about calling 911?
It felt weird. I asked you guys what was going on. I kept seeing her do this, but it was taking too long. And I was like, there's too much going on. Somebody need to call the doggone
It
ambulance.
almost sounded like she was trying to film and have 911 on the line at the same time. But I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the phone because Stormy is not the interesting character that I want to see, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, the Scots. Wait, one more thing about that scene. As smart as Tiffany claimed to be, you would think she would have the information about specifically Black women and child labor. You know
Listen,
how serious that is, right?
I know Ty used to work 9 years. 9 years.
So
And
you would think, yes, hospital, please, or somebody take me now. Okay. Now we got the Scots. You like you said, at this time, it's possible that Letitia and Marcel are not staying together. The last episode, when they came to the baby shower,
uh-huh.
he gave her a side hug. They was doing a side hug thing,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
This episode, when he seen her, He almost was like, what the fuck you do? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sorry. He was almost like, what the F is you doing here? Right?
Right.
Okay. If you paid attention to those pictures, when they first initially took the picture on the screen, they was standing in certain place. Tisha was by Marceau, and then the guy and his daughter was by Marceau. But Tisha moved over after the still shot. You could see Tisha in between Marceau and the girl. I said, this girl here, she be doing too much. Okay. They talked about Scopes for about 2 seconds, and since they can't talk about Melody, they went on to talk about Martel. Didn't care about none of that. Okay, so then the suits for Martel. He wants to charge $700 for a suit. He talking about I wear the suit. The suit. I don't wear the suit. What he said? The suit don't wear me. I wear the suit or something like that. Okay, all right. And they gave the little suit montage and all that. That was whack as hell. But whatever. He didn't even know what a lapel was. What's really going on? He didn't even know what a lapel was. So how you gonna be a suit man and you don't even know parts of the suit?
Child, he just trying to put his feet where they can land, okay? Wherever they can land.
Oh, thanks.
Anthony said, pay attention to her saying no to the medical help. Huge clue.
Okay.
I gotta definitely go back and watch this. That's
part what I'm talking about.
Because he's giving some tips. Child, I might have to
Anthony. You know Anthony be all up in the Huntsville streets, baby, everywhere. I be peeping.
I know. I know. I'm gonna have to see. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a secret. I don't talk. But yes, Lord. Go ahead, Ty.
Okay. Now, I want to say, who in the F Martel think he is? He can touch on that 7th Avenue skin. Who he think he is? If you don't go sit down somewhere.
See, when you're in the happy spirit, you curse a lot, don't you?
I'm sorry. I do that a lot. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I don't have a problem with people cursing.
So it's just like, you had the audacity to have attitude about her not giving you no handshake. Every time she tried to give you an inch, you go to the left. You go to acting crazy.
Right.
I'm going to get back to that scene. I forgot something. This is the most important thing of the show. This is why I love this show. Mel came to check and mate. You hear me? Every episode, every scene she was in, it was checkmate. See that scene with her attorney? Mel is so smart. She is so intelligent. Okay, so you don't want me to say nothing on social media? Okay, so I'm going to sit with my attorney and we're going to have a discussion. I love it. Whatever we thought we knew or whatever we was guessing, she told it right there on on a certain issues, right?
Man. So I have said from the beginning, if you follow me from the beginning, I always said that Melody is smart.
Very smart. 3 days apart, she better be smart.
She's smart, she's very intuitive, and she understands what she needs to do.
That's right.
She does it on her time, and people sometimes get frustrated with that. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't know how to move on your time, you will always do it wrong. You'll miss what's supposed to be coming for you. You're setting your life backwards. So don't even do it. Just do what feels right when it's supposed to happen.
I totally agree with you on that. That's right. Okay, now back to the comeback black expo, or whatever they want to call it. After the little touch of it. Let me tell you something. I was up in here giving 2 snaps and a twist up in here. You hear me?
Yes.
When Marceau, he's such an asshole. Him first. He called himself, after he called Mel greedy. I say this big bubble head. After he called her greedy.
Greed.
He had the audacity to try to take jabs at her about like your back to school thing or this and that. I said, look at here. Oh, and Tisha, when she was pointing out black, whatever their wine is, and Inez and whatever Maurice do, and when she got the mail, she said, and her, her business ventures. I said, see her, she'll get a pop right in her mouth because she try to be too damn smart. Huh? You know exactly 7th Avenue if you don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I hate to say this, but we saw it. Mel and Martel was on the same damn page still about the not being paid.
It was interesting, wasn't it? I said the same
Yes.
thing. I was like, oh, look at y'all. Listen, because at the end of the day, when they were in it and they were couples and doing business together,
Mm-hmm.
they were all thinking and saying like this. Now, the only thing we did see different this time is Kimmy and Maurice, who usually appear to be on Scott 1.0 side. They felt like they were being squeezed out.
Let me tell you something. Them millimeters ain't no joke. They got Maurice under pressure. You hear
Pressure.
me? Got him under pressure.
Pressure is my favorite word for this month. Go ahead.
Okay. And my last thing out, and I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Tisha know all these business degrees. She know exactly the difference between a sponsorship and a supporter. Mel checkmated her behind at that time when she tried to bring that up. Mel didn't even say too much. She said, I'm talking about sponsorship. Couldn't say nothing. She was looking stupid. I said, good. Checkmate, B. Sorry. Okay.
Checkmate. Yeah, the whole show. I loved it. I can't wait.
I love this episode. And I think I'm going to enjoy the next episode. Bring your own people on there. Let me see what's really going on in y'all life. Because the new people that come to the show, they don't know about lights, camera, action. They act normal. Everybody first season is their truest season.
Yeah, honestly, the core 6 is where it's at. They have the best chemistry, even if we don't go the way people want it to go. But at the end of the day, everybody else right now is just filling in. Yeah, and not even really. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They got that scene with Tiffany and Lewis, even though I do feel like Lewis telling Tiffany to sit the hell down.
She's so hard-headed. She is so hard-headed.
I felt that was a real scene. I was like, yeah.
Oh, it was. You know what? Everything was real except for Stormy and that fake-ass phone call. Oh, okay. This is my own opinion. That baby shower scene with Tiffany was a little fugazi. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'll talk to you later. I'm going back down.
Okay, I appreciate you. Okay, Evie reminded me that she told Kimmy to mind her own damn business when it came to trying to find out whose arm was wrapped around her waist.
Yeah, told everybody that. Sorry, I wanted to say that. Told everybody, mind your goddamn business. Why is y'all all up in her business? Shit. All right. All right, I'm out.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see who I have up. I have up Golden. Hey, Golden. Hold on one second. All right, I got a lot of people in the back.
Chat. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say I got a lot of people in the back, so I'm going to try to keep everybody to about 2 minutes. That way we can get through. And I know, people got other things that got going on tonight. So what did you think about all of this, Golden?
The only thing I have to say first that I want to say about the Belle Collective is like JJ acting like Glendale had a bop in the studio was a whole mess for me. Like I was like, that this song, like come on, where this gonna be played at besides in Glendale, because I love to say that, like Latrice, in Glendale's car. What's that car he had, like a Mustang or something? He was talking to Tisha and
I couldn't myself to bring it up because I was like, how old is this man? Rapping in the booth. Get out.
And he had on a what you call it, the graffiti jacket. He had on the graffiti jacket.
So that was such a problem. But you know what? So there's so many grown ass men who do that stuff. It was on point for what it needed to be. It still made me cover my eyes just a little bit. I was like, what am I watching? This can't be happening.
Exactly. A whole fool.
She said, I think it was a Mazda, honey. Okay.
The episode, I mean the part with Tisha and Marceau and all of the people going to the fake groundbreaking.
Okay.
What in the Body from Rainbow dress did Tisha have on? I'm gonna need her to realize she in her 40s.
and like get a new stylist. She need to do something. She is regressing. She is regressing. Like,
Me. I need Marceau to see that I'm okay. That's what it was giving me. Because Marceau looked like, what the? You know,
he,
I'm telling you, if that was your man, you saw him every day, and you showed up to the work site like that, you'd be like, what
yes.
do you have
Where
on?
are you going? Where are you going with them little glass slippers on? Where's she going?
No, for sure.
I
For
should have
sure.
wore something else, girl. She gonna wear that over there, Scott Manor that's never gonna be built. I don't know what she doing. I can't with the hard hats, and I don't even know what they building because I thought the people took the contract away and they suing them. So I don't even know what they building.
They keep posting videos like they over there doing stuff though. They do.
Satan.
They do.
There's not a brick. There's not a piece of wood. There's nothing over there.
For sure.
I wanted to. Carlos is definitely sponsoring his sugar baby. In this suit line. If Martel wanted Mel to pay his $28,000 for his lawyer fees, he sure ain't got $100,000 to invest in those medium suits. And today, his medium shirt, that shirt was so tight I could see the thread count. I don't know. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Somebody said flexing for the cameras. Okay, Chris. Flexing for the cameras.
Definitely. I'm not even gonna talk about the striptease. Like Carlos, like you need to stop. Like I don't know what they got going on in the background, but like that was definitely a package that Carlos put together. It was reminiscent of him wanting them to have a strip off at his late night show.
Right. Exactly.
I was like, he terrible. Like, he terrible. Kimmy came in hot. Kimmy came in very hot. She made sure that she was showing Tisha how you really run a meeting, the email that never went anywhere. And then she got an attitude about it. Why are you mad, girl? This is, she's the businesswoman. She got 7 master's degrees. She running all these businesses. She is a boss.
I love that scene. Actually, I honestly was like, I'm happy that Maurice and Kimmy got a little bit out of pocket. Like, y'all are stealing
Mhm.
our idea. Yeah, y'all see money on the table. Y'all know they're about to take the whole pot.
Except that Maurice came in at first. He came in at first,
He did.
real divided from his wife.
He did. He
Because
did.
I was thinking, Kimmy, you need to realize that man is still a Scot. Like, I ain't, yeah.
She is Scott now. Right?
Yeah, well, but like, they ain't united. They not united. The transparency of Kimmy wanting Mel to have because she posted something on the internet.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wasn't feeling Kimmy with that. Like, just because she posted a picture don't mean she owe you an explanation or entitled to her business. Not at all. I wasn't feeling that at all. But Mel gonna shut him down. She don't say what she
I was
don't
just
want
about
to
to
say.
say, Kimmy was being the nosy friend, and Mel said, I'm gonna tell you what, Barbados is beautiful. You should go.
Yes, girl, you definitely need to go on vacay after you
Okay,
finish your 6 weeks.
that's right. Let me tell you where to go. Okay, other than that, none of your business.
Yes, exactly. The nothing that the Scots come up with ever comes to fruition. I'm gonna need Tisha to realize that as long as whatever these feelings she got in her soul for Mel, because like you keep taking jabs, you are running a meeting
Yep.
and you still can't get out of your petty
Yep.
about getting kicked out of her embrace.
Yep.
Because you came in there in a polka dot ugly dress and she literally said she was there to network. She was not there to support Mel. She came to network. You came to support somebody who you don't even know what their company's names are. Girl, bye. She is sickening to me. Like, it's so hard for me to watch her like right now. Like, I can't. I'm trying to not like act like I know this woman and have real feelings, but like it's just I cannot. The last thing I want to say is about the Scots, and every time you turn around, they changing the name to a charity. That's how you know everything they do is a scam. We got the Bet on Black. We got the Black Expo. We got the Let's Build a Home for the Children Without a Home. Oh my God, charity. Like, what are we doing? Who comes up? I think Wanda's naming these functions.
Who knows? Listen, I appreciate all that you had to say. We had a good show tonight. This is
Yeah, I'm dropping down.
this was episode 10, right? And we have 5 more episodes to go. And Anthony Lofty's already said, if you thought what we saw tonight was explosive, wait until second season. Kiki has already been sharing some of the things that she has been going through. So I feel like they might be trying to get us back on track with some things, but we will see, honey. But anyway,
Diana,
I always appreciate you.
thank you, Diana. I'm not sure about Kiki spilling nothing because every time she go on a rant and go on and on and on about how she not taking it no more, she comes up flat. So with that, I'm a step down.
Okay. I appreciate you, Golden. Hi, Red and why is your name Red End? Red End?
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a couple of things and then I'm going to drop down. But a lot of the ladies that have come up already have pretty much said the same things that I was thinking about,
Uh-huh.
as far as how Kimmy, um, stated when she was, I think, in the confessional, how Tisha them made it Black Expo with a Q and not CK. So it's
Sure.
always been about, the
So
bottom
here's the thing,
line,
Red
how
End.
it benefits them.
If you took the time every year since it was whatever 2017, whenever they had initiated this business, if you've taken the time to go down, pay the taxes, keep the
Right.
LLC current, all that stuff, I would lose my mind if I knew they
Ex-
stole everything that we started. I would lose my mind.
exactly. 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 And and I think another person up on the panel said about how Tisha called everyone else's businesses out
Uh-huh.
except for Melody's. And I was like, okay, you can never have a truce with her because
Never.
she will always find a way to do some side shade at Melody because she wants to be what Melody is. Everything that Tisha tries to invest in and tries to bring to the forefront, it never works. It absolutely never works. I'm really beginning to question where she received her masters from and if she truly got masters, because I just is she book smart and just common sense dumb?
That's a lot of people are. Honestly, a lot of people are, and Tisha is ruled by her emotions. So it takes a lot to get her a place where you can have a rational conversation or get her to say
Mhm.
1 + 1
Mhm.
= 2. Because if she feels like it's 4, she gonna roll with it until the wheels fall off. That's just how she is. And there's a lot of people in the world like that. So
Right.
seeing Tisha be Tisha is okay if that's who she truly is, and that is who she truly is. But when you have a whole table of people looking at you like, girl,
Right.
what?
Bye.
Like
Right.
when everybody's sitting there and then all of a sudden she feels horrible because she does, because she knows that she doesn't have anybody on her side. And the only person who's trying to fight at this point is Marceau because he wants
Mhm.
whatever they agreed to. He wants to make that the thing. It
Right.
is what it is.
And
It's
right. And the way that and the way that Melody side-eyed her,
facts.
that was everything. That was absolutely everything to me. I was like, okay, she getting ready to make the Scorpio come out of Melody.
Facts. I mean,
But
it is true. I dropped a clip in my Facebook group earlier this week where it was right after Marceau and Tisha had called the police on Martel, and then Kimmy had a get out and vote walk, and
I
Melody
remember that.
Martel stayed at home, but Melody and Destiny are on the corner like giggling about something, and Tisha strolls up. She's like, "Hey guys."
Mhm.
Melody gives Tisha the worst stank eye. She side her eye like, I know you ain't talking to me. But then she got real pleasant and just went into her professional little mode. And then her
Mhm.
went at it a little bit, but I was like,
Right.
that's Tisha and Melody's relationship.
Yes.
That's what it's always been.
Yes. But thank you for letting me come up. I'm going to drop down.
You, Red. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Hey, LaDawn. LaDawn.
Hi, sorry, I was on mute. How you guys doing? Well, Tisha is a plum fool, okay? She just make herself look like a hillbilly that just ain't got no sense. And I agree with Red Ann. Where did this girl get her degrees? Cause bump common sense. This girl act like she ain't got a lick of sense at all.
At all. Child.
And so for him to single Mel out as being like money hungry is beyond me, because his brother and sister-in-law feel the same way. And Martel, like, this ain't on Mel. It does not make sense. Period. You understand? Especially when you didn't pull your brother and sister-in-law aside and say, we ain't gonna pay them, but we'll give you a little something after. You even tried to cut them out. So
you remember earlier in the season, Tisha and Marceau had a meeting, and then Tisha was in her confessional. She said, they acting like the Hopes. I'm gonna need them to act like Scots. Remember that?
Yep. But I'm glad it's unfolding. I'm glad. I did like the episode because I'm glad they are having meetings like this. I don't think it's fake. I think it's what they want to happen. It's just not going to happen. But I do think they are working towards it. It's reality. They're trying to work towards a project. And no, Mel's not going to sign on for it, but she will listen. She gives them that much. Yeah.
Not only is she participating, but she's giving us little tidbits, because at the end of the day, not everybody is going to or even supposed to agree. Period.
That's right.
Handle yourself.
Yeah. But and as far as I also said the other day that I felt like when we was on a live last week and you said about Tiffany whispering it in Lou's ear, and I was like, I was feeling right then and there. It didn't have nothing to do about her really feeling sick. She was more overwhelmed because it unfolded and she heard the screaming with her husband and stuff like that. And she put her foot in her mouth. And victim, oh my God, poor me, I'm sick. Take me out of here.
According to Anthony's, there's more to the story. So
I believe it. So that's how I feel about her. But Belle Collective, I'm a little nervous. Because I just can't believe that there's so many crazy men and these women that don't got backbones. It's like, I know it's a lot in the world, but it's like when you see it all in one place, it just seems like so grand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Letitia. She's young. Cliff is too old. And this girl has no kids, and he's way too controlling, and she's ready to live her age. You know what I mean? So I think by her, putting it out there, I want to be a good wife, but she gonna leave him. I'm sorry. It is what it is. She's gonna leave him. And it
feels like she's setting the stage, right?
Yeah, but it's only for the better. It's okay. It's not about downfall or anything. It's about unhealthy relationships, cutting them out, and that's not a healthy one.
And she gets real embarrassed. You can see her face, like she has like a nervous.
Yes, that twitch.
Yeah, because she'll start sucking her teeth in a funny way, like.
And then her lips are like squeezed together, like the muscles can't. I know exactly what you're talking about, but
it's always during a time where she feels like someone's embarrassing her.
Yes,
I'm like, oh, she has a nervous twitch thing, but she does it a lot with Cliff.
But she better be careful because she's being a little too messy. She's going through a lot with her husband. So I don't think she needs to be making enemies with the girls. Because, once you make them enemies with them girls and you're going through something, they're going to really kick you when you're down. You don't need to be bringing no Jay's ex-girl for So Gucci. That is just, come on, like, what are you doing there? Y'all had one little thing that y'all could have came back from with the misunderstanding with the real estate thing, but now you're bringing baby mamas or grown kids that really shouldn't be here, like So Gucci said, the extra. Okay.
Exactly, girl. So what do you
So
think about the Love and Marriage? What else? Anything else going on with that?
I just, I think they're gonna play this season out, but I'm not sure what can be done next season unless they recast. Stormy is just a wash. She's
We got the mid-season, right? So is that what you're referring to, mid-season?
I think that they're gonna finish this season out. They're gonna probably try one more, probably, but I don't think this show is gonna last.
Okay.
Longevity altogether, because those cameras show those faces and they can't stand each other. None of them.
They
can't stand each other. They smell like they smell something stank every time somebody walk by. Their face squinch right on up, like mine is right now, but you can't see it. I'm just saying. So it's like, if we keep going on like this, because they're never gonna sign a contract or do anything together in the long run, it's gonna be just like buying time. So we're gonna get tired of that after a while.
Well, we're gonna see. I have to say, my interest was piqued with this episode. I liked it, and it took us 10 to get here. So I'm hoping that we don't crescendo and go right back down. I'm hoping that we can keep this high into the mid-season finale.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you, LaDon. Always a pleasure. Thank you. Come back. Okay, next up I have Hannah. Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Diana. How's it going? And Simply Beautiful and the panel and everyone.
Hi, Hannah.
How are you? You guys are going to be my last two, so I'm okay with both of you being on.
Okay. Hi, Diana.
Hi, I'm happy you came up today. So what are your thoughts on Belle Collective? If you watch, what are your thoughts on this episode of Love and Marriage?
Okay. I'll knock Belle Collective out first.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that Latrice is not going to divorce Cliff because she's become dependent upon him, so to speak, because I don't think that she can find anyone else, in my opinion.
Really? Okay.
I just think that because she just want him to correct his actions. She's trying to talk to him to get him to, look at her as an equal. And I don't think she really want to have no kids, because he don't need no more kids. He's in his 60s now. So, and I'm not sure why he even want to have kids.
Why he wanted to have them. But didn't her mama say that too? That you are trying to replace your father by being with this man?
Mm-hmm.
She was.
Yep. And it's just too big of an age gap for them. But I think, like I said, it's probably not that uncommon in Mississippi. So I think that, yeah. So I'm just thinking she just want him to change his behavior, because I don't know what else to say about that. But I did like that scene with I can't remember her name, the one that just came on with her husband is a football player, or ex-football player.
I forgot her name too, but I know which one you're talking about. And
it was that was an interesting story that she told how her father had a child out of wet. As the result, she's a result of an affair that her father had, and then her father's sister adopted her. However it went, but I thought that was very interesting. She gave us a lot in that episode.
Yeah,
in that scene, in the scene, yeah, and then with Letitia and Glenn. Glenn is he a flat out clown, if you ask me. He kind of, it's just ridiculous. He done cheated around on this woman all these years now. And then when she decides to leave, all of a sudden you want to get it together. And then just because you act straight, walk the straight and narrow for 2 months or 3 months, she's supposed to come running back to you. And she even said after she came back to him, and became intimate with him again, he was still over there talking to people on the internet again. He went right back to his own old ways. I don't know what he wanted. And then to try to get some advice from Cliff is the wrong answer. But I think it was funny that so Gucci's mother-in-law came in there and started taking over. But anyway, I don't know how that's gonna turn out. But and I don't know how long she's gonna stay. So that's gonna be quite interesting. And Marie, I don't know. It's a mess over there. I just hadn't really gotten into it like I should. But I mean, they had some pretty good scenes yesterday.
They do.
But,
I agree.
But as far as Love and Marriage Huntsville, let me start with Martel in this suit line. And somebody already said, I think it was Red Ann said, if you trying to swindle money from your ex-wife to pay your attorney fees, where are you gonna come up with this $100,000 from? Somebody he done swindled that money out of one of them women. Will you invest in this for me? He got that money,
right?
If he didn't have that money, he wouldn't be in DC. He wouldn't have those suits already made,
right?
I'm assuming that's what he was doing in DC. I don't know, but yeah, he done swindled that money out of somebody because he showed him.
Child.
I'm telling you, somebody to give him that money,
right?
It wasn't the side chick, and it wasn't his mama. So
unless he has some sort of arrangement where they make the suits and then they take a portion of whatever of the proceeds and he pays a certain amount a quarter.
That's right, because the guy said he didn't have to come up with it all at once. So he did. I think I remember him saying that.
Okay, then that's
so maybe he got it some kind of way, but he didn't have it. He didn't got it from somebody else.
Right.
And then and he also said that his wine was doing good and it'll be out in the store soon. But he looked down when he said that. He didn't. He sure did. And you could tell he was lying.
Now I have to say I walked away from the TV during that scene, so I have to go back and pick because I like to look at people's facial expressions. He looked down when he said that mess. Okay.
He sure did. He did not look in the camera. His eyes shifted downward. And that to me, it was like, man, are you telling the truth or are you lying? Is everybody just thinking your wine is not doing good?
Right.
And you're saying you're the only one saying it's doing good. But anyway, I don't know. He probably got some friends that buy it on a regular basis. I don't know. But as far as Letitia and Marcel meeting out on this construction site with Maurice and Gino and all these other people, it looked very fictitious to me. And like you said, she coming out there with a pink dress on to break ground. You would think that they would have the company that hired them out there breaking ground too. You see what I'm saying? If you're building this facility for Hilton, shouldn't some representatives from Hilton be out there? I don't know, but anyway.
Good point.
I think that's fake too, if you ask me. And I can't remember anything else coming out of that scene, but I did like that dialogue between Melody and her attorney. Okay. She brought out a lot of information that we had been talking about, but we didn't have any facts. She said he was popping up at her house and popping up to her house, and I got to go back and look at it, but yes, that was the information that she revealed there was good, and it was a lot to me. That showing that Martel, why did you want her intimate partners, or why did you need that information? Why did you need her passwords? All of that stuff was revealed, and the attorney said he don't need that.
He doesn't need it, and he never have been ever asked that in his entire history of being an attorney.
And he wasn't gonna get it. And he wasn't gonna get it, sound like.
I was like, girl, Melody was like, tell it on the camera.
That's right. And I'm so glad she's getting a chance to change her name back and just, close that chapter of her life out, because that's hanging, just was like a dark cloud hanging over her head. So I'm glad she's getting a chance to do that. And with Kimmy trying to pull that out of her, you could tell that producers set that scene up for her to asked Melody this, and Melody wasn't budging at all. So,
Curved
but
her with the smoothness.
Not a weak-minded person at all. She's not a weak-minded person at all. Nope, she's not folding. You ain't getting it out of me. So
She curved Kimmy beautifully, though.
she did.
It was so beautiful the way she curved Kimmy.
She smiled. If you want to go to Barbados, I'll let wherever she said, I'll let you know.
Right. So Kimmy, no, it didn't work for you, but she, at least she tried, because that's the same thing she probably saying, because she had said Destiny wasn't giving up any information. She said, "Don't you think we tried?" You know, at the reunion, she tried, but it wasn't working with Melody, because Melody said she don't want to share that. She wants them to share their information. And to this day, they have not shared anything about any lawsuits, any failed businesses, because all of these businesses that they have Black, I don't know, but let me get back on track. Melody, I like that scene with her and Kimmy. And then I like that she did not shake Martel's hand, because he's always trying to pretend like he wants to be civil with her. They're good co-parents and all of this. And then he get behind the scene and act like a Tasmanian devil and try to reap havoc in this woman's life. So
you said it. He wants people to think that he's the good guy and she's the one being difficult. Saying keep that same shitty ass energy you had before we walked in here, because you weren't feeling me or trying to be cool with me then. Don't try to be cool with me now. I'm not playing for you. I love that part. And that's real too. At the end of the day, everything that she has done this season, if I see you at a party and I don't F with you, I'm leaving. I don't want to make a party. I've left many a parties during my lifetime, many a dinners, many a whatever. Oh, they're here. You didn't let me. I'm gone. Bye.
I'm gone, because I don't want to be in your presence. And you could tell the look on her face every time she get around them crabs in a bucket. She don't want to be there. She's only doing it because she's trying to help the show to get back to its original state. Now, I will say this about Carlos. He is bringing, because a lot of people have been saying, well, we started watching this show because we wanted to see Black excellence. We want to see Black businesses and all of this. So that's what he's trying to get back to. But it's all fake, though. Really, the only somebody, in my opinion, that they do have Black, but I don't know why they don't show what's going on over there in, But anyway, they can't show it all. And I wish they would bring Melody and Melody's mom and her kiddos on, but I know that's out because of the, custody agreement or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the custody order.
Yeah.
And, but so the last thing I want to say, well, with Tiffany and getting sick, I don't know whether she was embarrassed or what. She was sitting up there crying, talking about her, she was seeing stars, and I don't understand why she did not want the ambulance call, but I guess we'll find out, because if Anthony's saying something we supposed to be revealing, or that they supposed to be revealing soon, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm getting that wrong.
Second half of the season is what he said. If you think that this season was crazy, wait till second half. Well, this particular episode, because this episode I thought was like pretty honest. Even if it was a lie, even if Tiffany was making that scene up, it was honest in the fact that she was making it up. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever is going to be revealed from that, I'm interested in seeing it, because what the hell? The second she pulled him close and whispered in his ear, and then we didn't hear whatever she said. I don't know if he heard it either, but it wasn't audible to us, because I was like, well, what is she saying? Because now she's saying she's dizzy, all that stuff. It didn't make sense, right?
Right.
I think it made sense that it took so long for someone to execute. Do we take her to the hospital? Do we call an ambulance? Like, that went too long for me. And so now I am feeling like y'all, like, well, damn, what else happened? What was going on in that scene?
And it really don't make sense for you to be that far gone in your pregnancy talking about flying to DC. That didn't make any sense to me either.
Oh my God. I just had a thought, but I'm not going to say anything. Okay, girl. What else?
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was this event that the Scots are trying to have with Black / combat group. Now, I don't understand why, if you're going to get some sponsors and you got these people in this room that you're asking to help you out, you think people going to work for free? You didn't say that this was anything dealing with a pro bono anything. This is a black expo. If you're getting any, and they should have put everything on the table. If we're getting any sponsors, we're going to make sure that everyone knows, it will be documented and everything. And Kimmy also said that they haven't even not disbanded, but dissolved the combat group. She's still paying taxes for them. So we thought that they had been dissolved, but I don't know. But for them, for Letitia and Marceau to ask them to come and do anything free. You think people gotta take time off. They have to, because even though they're business owners, they may have something else planned. They have to spend their money to come to this money, time, all of this. Why are you asking these people to do this free? Because first of all, y'all not doing it free. You're going to get something from this, whether because these people are paying, then you're trying to pretend like you're going to give back to the community. We're going to do this free. No, you're not. You're trying, and then you're going to call somebody else greedy. No, I don't think that's being greedy. I think that's being fair. And you're trying to be greedy by asking somebody to give something to you for free. Come on, get it together. Marceau and Letitia, they're very bad business people. I would not trust them with anything.
I'm going to tell you this, Hannah. I agree with Kimmy. What's even more insulting, Kimmy said, I ain't even asked you for money. What I'm telling you is, since 2017, I have been paying the taxes and the LLC and all the rest of the fees on this damn business by myself, never asked y'all for a penny, and y'all are taking this whole idea that we all created so that you could profit off of it. That is what is really dirty, period. And Martel came on the show as this wounded person, right? Martel took my land. He bought it from up under us. Well, if you were to act like Martel was this dirty bastard, which he is, you ain't far behind him then, right?
Not at all. That is why they're in the position they're in right now, because of dirty dealings. If you were going to be truthful with people and tell them the truth, and if just say you may not be a millionaire, you may just make six figures. Okay, whatever. You're trying to make it look like you are this multi-million. We made $17 million in 1 year and all of this stuff. And then now you're scratching for money. Seems like everything that they do seem like to me is failing because of their character and because of. And then they try to make Mel look bad. And I called that where she didn't name any of Melody's businesses. Why? It's just, she just cannot face the fact that Melody exceeded all of them without.
Face the fact that when they were all laughing and talking about how she would never be, she became everything. That she was going to be. And that takes a lot. That's a big blow to your ego when you want somebody to be under your foot. That's it.
She's doing it by herself. She don't even have Martel or any other man.
And I think that's the biggest problem, Hannah, is that she's doing it without Martel. And they probably told Martel, don't worry, she ain't going to do nothing and she'll be running right back to you. And look.
Even Martel said it. But when Tisha, I don't know if it was season 1 or 2, when she said the first time you ever took a vacation out the country was when we brought you to Mexico. I'm like, child, you can walk to Mexico. But the fact that she said, when she was saying that, I was like, ooh, that's jealousy. That's something else. That ain't a friend. But anyway, I'm sorry about that, Simply Beautiful. Tell us what you think of everything.
Oh, okay. Well, as far as Belle, I don't really watch Belle Collective, but I said I'll be watching the episode when Selena comes on because she was my favorite from Bring It. So I'll be watching when her and So Gucci go at it.
Okay.
As far as Love and Marriage Huntsville, I do agree. This was one of the better episodes, especially for this season. It took us 10 episodes, but we finally got here.
Amen.
The Tiffany situation, I'm hoping you and I are probably thinking the same thing. I'm not going to say it, but
I'm not
When
going to say
Anthony,
that.
huh?
I said I'm not going to guess on it. I know it's Anthony's tea, but I have it in my head like, oh, I think I know what this is. And now
When he left that comment and he said, "Peep how she didn't want them to call 911," I said, "Yeah, that's not good."
Child. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
The Mel, I actually enjoyed the Mel and her attorney scene. I felt like what a way to expose Martel. Like,
Yeah.
you had to send him. She's talking about that letter of trespassing from her attorney.
Yeah, I saw that. She went
I was like,
down. I went, oh, pop-ups have stopped.
yeah, the excessive phone calls, the pop-ups.
Yes.
I thought the questions that were asked of her were very intrusive. Like, I understood, the bank accounts, because clearly you have to see that the parent can take care of the children on her own.
Right.
But who she's been with since the divorce, I was like, that is none of his business.
Right.
Her passcodes, I said, that also isn't any of his business.
And it shows again that Martel's not over her.
Yes.
For everybody who said it's Melody that's not over him, it's him that's not over her. He still thinks that she should be in the relationship and he can do whatever he wants.
And you want to know something? And that was a message to every person who said, stop saying he wants you, Mel. That's not a flex. She said, well, here's another take on it. This man wants to know who I've been intimate with since I've left him. He's popping up at my house all the time. He's excessively calling me all the time. And the only reason why that stuff has dialed back is because my attorneys had to send him a notice.
Facts. She said, how long do I have in this scene? Oh, we'll probably give you 3 minutes. We doing this, and this.
And I said, get him now. Get his behind.
I'm telling you.
What was next?
We talked about Tiffany. Did you have anything to say about Tisha showing up to the groundbreaking?
I'm not here for photo ops. You guys, I would love to see you actually complete something that doesn't belong to you and actually belongs to somebody else, and complete it and make it look good so that you don't end up in another lawsuit.
Okay.
That's just my point of view. I didn't understand why Maurice was there, because he's a part of the photo op as well.
Is he an investor? That's what I was thinking too. I agree with you. How about what Lewis told Tiffany? Don't put me in.
I agree. To me, I got why people felt the kind of way about Tiffany asking Sheree those questions.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I watched Sheree on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm sorry, she got a taste of her own medicine. That's just my personal opinion. Right. She's asked some intrusive questions herself. And in the real world, yes, Tiffany would have been wrong. On reality TV, she was very entertaining. I'm sorry. I laughed at the questions.
I agree. I did too. I thought it was funny. I was like,
I thought it was the funniest thing of the whole episode.
But I agree. At the end of the day, her husband did what he was supposed to do.
Yes.
They show you like that, you cut it out, and don't put me in any shit.
And this shows that Martel didn't need to have a conversation with Tiffany. You could have went directly to Lou. Lou did what he said. He was going to check his wife.
Yeah, you're right.
What is it? The meeting now? See, the duo is Kimmy and Mel. Kimmy and Mel is the duo. They don't need anybody else. They will be able to form a group and do initiative together without the other four.
I agree with you. The other four are, they're there. But Melody and Kimmy are smart and they're quick.
Yes.
They can get things together. They can read a room real quick, and they know how to handle people really quickly. Now, there was a point where Melody just stopped talking, but it was after she said everything she needed to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understood. Even before we get to the whole meeting, I'm going to say I don't blame Mel for telling Kimmy anything. We got to remember Kimmy is a bone collector herself.
Correct.
You tell Kimmy something, Kimmy's taking it straight to the Scots. And honestly, after that other brother revealed that Kimmy was the one coaching him, I wouldn't tell Kimmy anything about myself.
Right.
Because all it's going to do is become a conversation with the Scots. That's all it's going to become.
I'm not going to be the other dish at Christmas dinner or whatever. You ain't serving me up.
Yeah. As far as the meeting, I did find, first of all, I think it's rather hilarious that they want Melody, of all people, to do them a favor and work for free. This is the same woman you just sat at that reunion and said had a black heart with a dark soul. You, legs, hips, and breasts, sat there and said that woman don't take accountability for anything. But now you want her to work for free for you?
Yep.
And because she won't, she's being greedy? No.
Didn't even say, I respect your decision not to. I'm hoping maybe later or you could change your mind. Let me see if there's something we can do. No. If you don't do it, it's purely greed. What a dirty thing to say to someone.
It's the audacity for me. Like, you and Tisha are made for each other because it's the audacity for me. I would have laughed in their faces. Y'all not friends. Remember, y'all Martel friends. Y'all not Melody friends. She don't owe y'all that.
Right.
Now, if it was maybe her friend Shanita sitting on the other side of that table, she'll do it for free.
Right.
But you, Tisha, absolutely not.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
We all know why Tisha didn't name any of Mel's businesses, because they're all successful. And let's be honest, from what I heard, they laughed about her property preservation classes, and look what happened. She has already took on like 700 people and took them through her class.
Right.
And we can all do the math on how much that costs and what the profits look like.
Right. Right. Right.
So, but did you catch that she didn't really say anything about Martel either?
She didn't. You could tell that those two, Marceau and Tisha, came in with their agenda.
Yep.
We didn't say nothing. This is how it's going to go down. And we're okay if you don't do it, because we already worked out what we wanted to do, what we're planning on doing anyway. So if you don't find a way to fit in it, it's okay. That's how it felt to me. It wasn't even a meeting for the group. It was just a meeting for me to tell you what's going to happen next. I'm dictating. Said.
Yep. Tisha's no boss. That's all I'm going to say. Tisha's not a boss. And the fact of the matter that she didn't know the difference between showing up to somebody's event uninvited and a sponsorship is crazy. Facts. And the fact of the matter that Mel had to lay it out for them, like, I've held mimosas with Mel for like 3 to 4 years, and not one person around that table ever sponsored anything for her.
Yep.
But now you want her to work for free?
Right.
And she's sponsored into their destiny race.
Right. Exactly, child. Everything you said. Okay.
They like I got it, because Kimmy, at first, Maurice, I agree with the person who said they were divided, and then he came back around. Like, because we can all see what they were doing with that Black Expo. It's the comeback group. Right. That's all it is. And the fact of the matter that you couldn't even sit down and come up with your own stuff for your own expo tells us that Tisha ain't the boss that they wanted us to believe she is the boss.
Right.
I don't know. But I can't wait for next episode, because is that Betty's sister we're getting ready to meet?
Yeah, it looked good, y'all. Next week looked good too. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually hoping that Melody does live tweet this, maybe like tomorrow or Monday or whatever, because I would like her opinion on some of the stuff.
Yes.
The episode was fire. 10 out of 10.
Can I say I love her live tweeting? Her live tweet, because she's slick with her shade.
I like it too.
She's slick with her shade, especially when she said, I believe it was the episode when she invited Kiki and them over to the house. and she called them her friend girls. I said, I got you. I hear you, Mel. I hear you.
Right.
Because playing on Martel calling Sheree a friend girl.
I'm having lunch with my friend girls, and they girl.
Can I say this though? Yes, I bet that episode next week going to be good, but I really have a problem with them not bringing Melody's family on, like Miss Van, and then they're bringing Stormy's mom, Stormy's auntie, Stormy's husband, Stormy's son. You know, it's just in her business, her cousins, her business people. All of this, and I just have a problem with that. I think they're trying to stick it to Melody for a reason, because Melody was very upset that her mom has not been on that show, and she expressed that on one of her tweets.
Yep, sure did. It's Carlos Hannah. I'm going to say this. He interviewed, I believe, last Friday. What's her name? I think Letitia, who was married to Glenn.
Yes.
Okay, he interviewed her, and he made a comment during the interview about he wasn't going to say any names, but he thanked her for not allowing fans to dictate what she does with her marriage. And we can all tell who he was trying to throw shade at, which was Melody.
Okay. I did not watch that one.
You got to watch it, because I heard it, because I wasn't watching it. I was listening to it because I was doing something. And I was like, this man is really bothered that woman left Martel. It's weird.
Okay, I am definitely going to watch it. Tisha's another one who lets the fans dictate.
I think he bothered more so. I'm sorry. I think he's bothered more so not that Melody left him, but that she left him and she was able to make millions of dollars, even surpassing him, he think, in his mind. Because when on his show, he asked her, when Melody told how much she had gave to Destiny, he said, "Oh, I'm paying you that much?" Melody started snapping her fingers like, "Hey, you just don't know, buddy."
Girl, I think there's a reason why Melody posts those sales for like the month for 7th Avenue to show Carlos, I make this in a month. Love and Marriage Huntsville checks are like crumbs to her now.
To show Carlos or to show Martel?
I think to show everybody on the cast.
He was asking for that money, and then he tried to take them kids off the internet. Melody's like, "You ain't stopping nothing.
You ain't stopping anything over here." And when you say Melody is smart, she can't post Sugar Mama on social media, but homegirl put up billboards everywhere.
Listen,
she is still the face of that Sugar Mama line. I can make a Sugar Mama clubhouse and we can bring in her cousins and everything.
Facts. That is the thing. Some people, and I've said this before, you got to understand, this is literally the art of war. Do you let this crap this person's doing recycle in your mind and suppress you so that you can get up and get anything done? Or do you say, okay, here's a roadblock, let's pivot. We're going to do this now. That's it. You don't get to stop me. Ever.
Yeah. Even today, because I don't know if you saw that Martel, when one of the blogs posted the clip from today with her talking to her attorney about changing her name, he commented under that post.
What did he say?
It was something to the effect that, the court is, the court case is over. So, hello, Miss Rogers. And it was something about you women take things and run with it. It was under that OMFG reality TV.
Okay, girl, I'm going over there in just a few minutes, child.
Yeah, it's under there. And then for her to basically announce that she's having this party next week, I said, checkmate.
You can say what you want, but check out this invitation. And it's going to be an intimate group. We're having cocktails, food, dancing. We're having a time, okay? I'm reclaiming my name. So,
I mean, if she's going to build the empire, you might as well build it on your name and not the Hope name. Because he's going to always try to attach himself to that.
Yeah.
So Simply Beautiful, are you saying that Melody is still using the Sugar Mama's image on billboards and other ways? She just can't post them on social media and have them on the show. Can they be in other? You're saying that she can do other things though?
Yeah,
Face on the bottle.
No, her face isn't on the bottle. But what she did, if you notice, when Miss Van posted the billboard,
I remember the billboard posting.
She's using her image other places, but she can't use it on social media.
Television, right?
So basically, you put her image on Times Square. Do you know how many people walk through Times Square a day? More people walk through Times Square than they watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's be honest here. So Sugar Mama will be known regardless. So Martel wasn't stopping anything. Yeah, her cousin is the face on social media. Okay,
right.
But Sugar Mama's on Times Square. Sugar Mama is on the billboard in Huntsville. You got to ride by that billboard, buddy.
Right.
Oh, I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back and see. You said that Miss Van posted that on her social media page.
Sure did. But Hannah, trust this. Anything that Mel wants out about them kids, she has willing relatives that's going to put it out. And Melometers are going to do what they always do. Repost it. So he wasn't stopping anything. And she's going to do what she's been doing is write little messages like Mariah called me today talking about I got tennis at 3. She's going to keep you updated that way. But when she wants images and stuff out, there's Marcus, there's Miss Van, there's other relatives that can do it for her.
So I do have another question then. So if Martel is saying that he did not want the kids on social media or on the show for whatever bland reason or lying reason he gave, okay, for lack of a better word, but now he's posting his 5th child. So what was his motivation for not wanting his children on social media, the 4 that he had with Melody? Honestly, what do you think? Because I don't believe it's because of whatever he said.
Oh, I don't believe it's for what he said either. I believe that being that he couldn't push the 5th child in as an Eminem kid, he figured he'll dim their light and push the other one to the front.
I think so too.
He knows that Melody got favor with the children and that she was, doing certain things. It was elevating her because we love to see her with the children. Martel didn't have the same favor, so he decided to take him off the show and off the social media.
You want to know something? He thinks he's stopping something, but Mel already said the children are silent partners in her business, so they're going to make the money regardless.
Rex. This is exactly it. It was to stop the shmoney. It was to stop the shmoney. And that is when we saw her do what? Look what I made this week. And we ain't even at the end of Friday yet. I already made it a blankety blank amount of money. So,
but how could it be just about money though? I mean,
it's
really?
It's to spite her.
It's to spite her, yeah, because
it's to spite. He hates her, Hannah.
People were excited to see the kids. So who knows, child? Every day is something new. He'll change his story up. It is what it is. But y'all, I'm going to wrap this up here because we've been on for a couple of hours now. And I got to get some other stuff done. But it has been amazing. I love when you guys come up. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I said I was going to catch this one because I can't get your midday one. So I said I'm going tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, the midday ones, I think they're going to be a staple too, because it helps me during my day. But I appreciate everybody who joined my chat, who joined my shows every single time. Thank you so much, Hannah Grace.
Thank you. And can I say one more thing? Whatever the reason, it's going to backfire. And I saw you put that on one of your, on something today I've read, either on Instagram or Facebook or something, but you're right. It's going to backfire and we're just waiting. All right. Good. Thank you so much, DYANAROZAY, and everyone. Have a great night.
Have a good night. Bye. You too, ladies. Everybody have a good night.
Bye, guys. And I want to thank everyone who joined me tonight, everybody who joined watching, who were in the chat. Thank you to all of my mods. Thank you to everybody who blessed the channel, who is my memberships. Thank you to everybody, you guys. I appreciate you so much. It was a great time. Thank you, Anthony Lofties, for coming into the chat and sharing a little bit of tea. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I'll bring you guys an official review of the episode, so we can tie all those little pieces together. And that's pretty much it. Like the video on your way out, please. Subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, and I will check you all on the next one.